So yeah, one of you guys contacted me here on YouTube saying, Robbie, would you like to see the return of zombies to the Red Dead Redemption franchise? Maybe in Undead Nightmare 2 or something like that in Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to be talking about the absence of zombies in GTA 5. And if we could likely see zombies return in Red Dead Redemption 2. And, you know, is that something you guys would like to see? Post down in the comments below. But yeah, Undead Nightmare was an extremely unique experience. Now, it's no secret that Rockstar really wanted to make a zombie game, so they said, hey, let's make Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption, and it was an immense success. Players really did enjoy it. And Undead Nightmare offered the opportunity to play in a sprawling single-player zombie infested open world that was a full-blown single-player experience. That's the really important bit right there. You know that GTA 5 has been lacking in the single-player portion big time, and it would be nice to see more single-player DLC support this time around for Red Dead Redemption 2. But honestly, I'm not too sure if that's going to happen because, you know, GTA Online has been such a moneymaker for Rockstar. We will see what happens with that. But it was really cool to be able to use zombie-specific weapons like the blunderbuss, the torch, or holy water. It really felt like you were embedded in a brand new world, and it felt very unique also because you had to adjust your tactics. You had to use your survival mentality to save up ammo and basically survive in the world, and also rescue those that were in need. Clearing out towns and saving citizens was just an absolute blast, and I really enjoyed the mood and the tone of the DLC. It felt very separate and different from the base game. I think that added a lot to the actual experience for sure. Yeah, even though there was a single-player campaign associated with the Undead Nightmare DLC, Rockstar did push it even further with a zombie horde mode that could be played in co-op. It'd be really neat, though, if they could take this even further with some sort of PvP zombies like we saw in Dying Light. I actually really enjoy Dying Light, and it would be cool to see something like that, where players could invade each other's game worlds. That would be very, very neat to see. But one of the biggest draws to the Undead Nightmare DLC was the mythical creatures and horses you could tame, like the 4 horses of the apocalypse. And, of course, there were your demonized bears and other creatures you had to face. It really did add so much to the experience knowing that these creatures were like demonic forms of their former selves. But yes, this would be considered Undead Nightmare 2, and there should be improvements, of course. The thing that I would like to see is more options for stealth. I think if you guys are fans of The Walking Dead, I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead. I would like to see way more stealth options for taking on zombies quietly and getting in there and not being seen. I think that'd be a very, very cool addition. And one way they could do this is with better melee weapons and options. That's something that was kind of lacking with the first Undead Nightmare, and I think they should go all in with this sort of option. And, you know, one thing about The Walking Dead is they have shown how being quiet is extremely important to surviving a zombie apocalypse for sure. Now, one thing about Red Dead Redemption as a whole, and this is something I'm hoping they improve for Red Dead Redemption 2, the base game, as well as Undead Nightmare 2, if we see a zombie themed DLC, is they need to really tap into improving the clunky nature of the shooting mechanics for Red Dead Redemption. They weren't perfect, of course. They really did rely on the auto-aim, which I'm sure that many of you used the auto-aim. Maybe you didn't. I'm not too sure. But I would like to see something that's more in tune to, you know, what Uncharted does with their aiming system. Uncharted, at least in my personal opinion, is one of the pinnacle games for third-person shooter mechanics. It has just some of the best. And then, you know, Star Wars Battlefront also has some really good third-person shooting mechanics, and I really hope that Red Dead Redemption 2 as a whole is less clunky. But, you know, one thing that Undead Nightmare also added was the mode Land Grab, which was played in the online seamless world. It wasn't really attached to the zombie theme, but it was so cool, and it allowed players to challenge each other's territories, and I think this should be available from the get-go in Red Dead Redemption 2 when online becomes available. It was a ton of fun and added so much to just exploring the world, having that additional option of challenging players in the region that you were in, and it really did make it feel like that gang warfares were breaking out all over the place, and there's so much more they can actually do with land grab, especially in terms of range wars. If you don't know what a range war is, look it up on Google. They could do so much with that one. But guys, would you like to see zombies return in Red Dead Redemption 2? Should it be something that's more like a seasonal DLC where they implement it only during certain times for free, where maybe there's zombies that roam the world in certain areas, or you activate it through some sort of post sign, and then you could play with players in that way, maybe during Halloween or something like that, and then it goes away after, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks. Let me know what you think, if this should be something that should be themed around Halloween only, or if it should be a permanent fixture where you have the option of going into a zombie-centric type game mode where you have to survive, and that's something that players can experience. You know, Call of Duty has been extremely successful with its Call of Duty Zombies mode. There are players that will buy Call of Duty Zombies just for the zombie experience. And you know, hey, to each their own. If you enjoy that type of thing, good for you. And then, of course, there's the competitive aspect of Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm sure that Rockstar will embrace, and then the co-op nature, and then single player. So it seems like Red Dead Redemption 2 will offer the full play of what we really want from a Red Dead Redemption game. But guys, look forward to more Red Dead Redemption 2. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Do not forget to turn on notifications when you do to receive these videos in your email. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon enough in the Wild West.
What the hell am I doing here?